Hello, everyone. I'm Emily.
And I'm Hannah.
And we are the hosts of the I Don't Think So podcast, where we decide if we think conspiracy theories are believable or if we really don't think so.
Here at the I Don't Think So podcast, we are affiliated with Flurry Sports, and we present our theories in your favorite place to listen to podcasts every Wednesday. If you like what you hear, give us a like, a share, and follow us on Twitter at I Don't Think So _EH, or our Instagram and Threads all at the same handle.
Yeah, all together.
Mm-hmm.
You can just go and click, and follow all of them.
Perfect.
Like all the posts.
Like our pictures.
So, last week Hannah talked to us about some of our favorite subject, kitty cats.
Absolutely.
And I really struggled this week of like what I wanted to do, what I wanted to look for. And usually, you know, a little tidbit for everybody, I don't find the theory that we're doing till like the day before. But last week I was like, I had time because I had to do that big long training. So I was like, well, I'm listening to someone talk for 8.5 hours, why don't
actually
I
do something productive?
So I was looking and I scoured the internet and I couldn't find anything that was like all that interesting to me. So I decided we were going to do something a little bit different today.
Perfect.
And these are conspiracy theories that have actually been proven to be true.
That's exciting.
So I've got, let me count, 1, 2, 8 conspiracy theories here for you that have actually turned out to be at least somewhat true. Now, I'll give you some of them. They're not like
life-changing.
No. I mean, is anything we talk about life-changing on here?
Sometimes.
There's occasions where we could be. But these are all proven to be true now that we're here. But I'm going to read to you the conspiracy, and then I'll read you a little bit of the truth on it. And you can kind of just, like, take that as you will, you know? So, my first conspiracy here for you is called bad booze.
Oh.
You have any guesses?
Is it something to do like during the prohibition of them like poisoning it or something so that people don't drink?
Exactly.
Ooh.
So it's that the conspiracy is that during prohibition the government poisoned alcohol to keep people from drinking.
I think I heard that on like a Crimes Against the Centuries podcast one time. Oh. Like they did a big deep dive into the history of it.
Which to me, honestly, like I feel like people always kind of suggest that like the government is behind a lot of conspiracy theories. So,
yeah.
Especially once you get into the ones that are like mind control and
rigged elections, vaccination,
health and safety. You know, those are the ones that are like government conspiracies.
Sure.
So manufacturers of industrial alcohol had been mixing their product with dangerous chemicals for years prior to the prohibition.
Ooh.
But between 1926 and 1933, the federal government pushed manufacturers to use stronger poisons to discourage bootleggers from turning the alcohol into moonshine.
Oh, so people were taking like what was actually produced and then making it stronger?
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Fun for them, you know. That really didn't stop bootleggers though, because why would you? And it really did stop people buying it. So by the end of Prohibition, more than 10,000 Americans had been killed by tainted booze, which would like be limiting. So that's where like limiting alcohol as health advice kind of came from.
Sure, that makes sense. I mean, to be fair, I think alcohol is like pretty much poison for your body anyway.
But it's fun.
But like, I guess I could see why they're trying to like push this narrative of like, look at all these people dying.
See, this is why you shouldn't be drinking. This is why booze is bad. And it's like, if you put rat poison in anything, it's not going to be great, you know?
Yeah.
Cover an apple in arsenic, you're probably not going to make it through.
So say that apple a day will actually not keep the doctor coming to your door instead of keeping them away.
Well, they might not come. The coroner will, though.
Fair. Just change the slogan. Ben Franklin actually meant an apple a day will bring you the coroner to your house.
We'll speed up your funeral procession. But yeah, so that was the first one that was like kind of thrown around for a long time. And then obviously after the Prohibition, it was like, oh yeah, we actually
did that.
Do put poison in, which I also thought it was weird that they were putting poison in prior to the Prohibition.
I guess if they knew they were trying to push it, though.
True.
This was like them trying to be like, look, it's so bad. We need to outlaw this. And then they got enough support to be able to
actually outlaw it.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid. Leave it all alone. All right. My next conspiracy for you. It's all about government mind control.
Perfect.
So the conspiracy theory is that the CIA was testing LSD and other hallucinogenic drugs on Americans in a top secret experiment on behavior modification.
Mm-hmm.
Ever heard anything about that one?
It's like MG something, right? Or like it's like initials. What is it?
MK Ultra.
MK Ultra. Yes, I was going to cover this in a theory one time because they were pretty much giving people LSD and then monitoring the effects of it and different levels of it, and then seeing like what kind of hallucinations they were giving to people based on like the percentages and dosages and things like that, and like the types of people they were. So yeah,
and it's true. Good for them, you know?
Good for the government for giving people LSD against their will. I don't know if that's the stance we want to take. I don't think that's the stance. We do not agree with poisoning or drugging people.
Well, against their will, not a good time.
Don't drug people without them knowing ever.
That's true. I stand by that statement.
The I don't think so podcast firmly stands with consent.
Don't drug people without their acknowledgement. Their enthusiastic approval.
Sure.
Is that what you learn in health class?
I don't know.
Anyways, moving on.
We gotta move on from this one.
Anyways, so kind of the truth behind this conspiracy theory is that the program, known as MK Ultra, was actually real. The CIA started by using volunteers. The novelist Ken Kesey was one of the notable subjects.
Mm-hmm.
But the program had soon began dosing people without their knowledge, which is a no-no.
Don't agree.
So MK Ultra left many victims permanently disabled.
Like that's what I've heard in Stranger Things, like the mom. That's, you know, have you seen Stranger Things? Like Eleven's mom, like that's what that was based off of.
Oh.
Because they're drugging her and she was having these hallucinations, and then 11 was born with like special powers, so it's like a little, you know,
little riff off of that.
Yeah, but that was like kind of what it was based off of.
Oh, sure.
Like inspired by, I guess.
You know, I got my minor in
LSD.
No. Oh my god, and now I've lost it. Neuroscience.
Oh my god.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Apparently I've been out of college for too long. I don't remember what my minor was. Yep.
Booze.
And partying and drinking. But one of my classes finals, I worked with a group doing a presentation on the benefits of hallucinogenic mushrooms.
Cool.
For different like medical properties.
With consent.
Also, I'm not saying you should just go out and eat mushrooms either. So
no, monitored.
Do things at your own risk. Anywhoosies.
Wow.
We're moving on. So next I want to talk to you a little bit about the Dalai Lama.
Oh, okay.
Have you ever heard of any conspiracies surrounding him?
Tell me if I'm on the right track.
Okay.
So when we were in 4-H, we went to the Palace of Gold, which was like a replica of the Taj Mahal. I'm correct in this thinking? And it was for the Dalai Lama, right?
No.
The Hare Krishna?
The Hare Krishnas do not follow the Dalai Lama.
Okay, never mind.
They had a different,
They're two different things?
Yeah.
Okay.
Different leader.
So who is Dalai Lama in charge of?
I think he's
Not
Tibetan. Like Tibetan resistance. He's a monk.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I have no
I think
idea.
Anyways.
Keep going.
Well, so the conspiracy is that he is a CIA agent.
Undercover.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Is he still alive?
Yeah.
Oh. I don't follow
I
Dalai Lama.
I don't know.
Google us.
But the whole thing about the Dalai Lama was that, like, he's supposed to be this, like, very giving man.
Yeah.
Giving, like, Mother Teresa, where she, like, very, like, for the poor, for the people, blah, 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 blah. The real truth behind this is that the reason he maybe is...
He's a Buddhist.
Oh.
So not that. It looks like...
Is he still living?
Is Dalai Lama alive?
Yo.
Doesn't tell me anything. Yes, he's 88. Oh. He just celebrated his 88th birthday, July 6th.
Good for him.
Happy birthday, Dolly.
Happy birthday, Dolly.
Okay, continue.
Yeah. Whoa, the Dalai Lama. So when you think of him, you think of like this very giving and small man, whatever. But maybe the reason he's always so happy and all these pictures and whatever is because he actually has a over 6-figure salary that he pulled down from the U.S. government during the 1960s. So according to declassified intelligence documents, he earned $180,000 in connection with the CIA's funding in the Tibetan resistance. And that would be to about the tune of $1.7 million per year.
Wow.
The idea of this and like why the US did it was to disrupt and hamper China's infrastructure.
So he's like spying on China.
Pretty much. So he's not technically CIA, but he's
hired by them.
I mean, like, I think the US would say they gave money to the Tibetan resistance. And like $180,000 of that just happened to also go to him specifically.
Fair.
As you do. So talk about, I would love to be presented as, oh, I'm just such a
really nice
religious person. I don't believe in the fanciness of the world to a tune of $180,000.
Yeah, I could do that, I think.
Oh, please.
What do you think?
Who wants to pay me? I'll take it.
I can spy on some people for you.
I'm not sneaky. So as long as you don't care.
I feel like I can investigate people pretty well, though. I can find out what you need to know.
I can Facebook stalk with the best.
Yeah.
I will meet your great grandmother on your mother's side because I just found you.
For sure.
Creepy. Anyways, my next one, a little bit more about John Lennon.
Oh, from the Beatles?
From the Beatles.
Yep.
So the conspiracy about good old Johnny Boy was that the FBI was spying on the former Beatle.
Mm-hmm.
Ever hear about that one?
Because he was like, peace and love.
Absolutely. Which I remember seeing this, because there's a bunch of conspiracies. One that I almost did today was about like Paul McCartney being dead.
Oh, sure, yeah.
Doppelganged.
Yep.
But none of the proof really made a ton of sense to me. And I don't like pitching stuff to you that I've like,
you already know.
Really don't. It's like,
for sure.
I've pitched you things that I don't believe in.
But like
ones that I really don't like.
If there's not a good argument for it or whatever.
Yeah. I'm not a great devil's advocate. So what are you going to do? But the truth behind this was that, where am I going? Sorry. Lost my train of thought. So Lennon was considered a threat by U.S. government. So he had, quote, a lot of anti-war songs like Give Peace a Chance. They didn't exactly endear John to like the Nixon administration.
Sure.
And this was reported on in like 2010 by NPR. So in 1971, the FBI put Lennon under surveillance, and the Immigration and Naturalization Service tried to deport him then a year later. So, and there's like 13 plus celebrities who kind of fit into this general demographic that were also like
being investigated
and surveillanced by the FBI at the time. And it was, again, kind of all of this era
anti-war propaganda,
yes.
blah, blah, blah kind of thing.
Anti-war, like, super-duper American administration at that point in time. So they were very much like, how dare you tie a yellow ribbon around the old oak tree? Get fucked. So there's that one. That one to me was like, yeah. Am I shocked that they tried to deport you for being like, hey, war's bad?
No.
No. That's one that, like, if someone said that to me, though, like, without having any prior information, I'd be like,
why?
Why would the FBI give 2 shits and a half about what you're doing?
Sure, yeah. I feel like they probably watch a lot of people nowadays.
Oh.
Like, with TikTok and, like, the amount of public people that just, like, put some wild ideas out on the internet, like, full send.
Well, that brings me to my next conspiracy, is that the government is spying on you.
Oh, for sure.
I know. I was like,
I think the joke of, like, you're talking to your phone, like, to your FBI agent, like, hey.
Missing you.
Love you.
Good night.
Can you put some more cats on my TikTok page? Thank you.
Thank you. You know, I find those funny. So the conspiracy being that with the advances of technology, the government is using all their resources to track citizens.
Oh, for sure.
Which, again, like, when you read that, I'm just me growing up in an age where technology has advanced so much. For sure. I am literally walking around with a GPS in my pocket all the time. I've seen Criminal Minds.
Well, and I guess where I'm kind of at, like, I know some people are very much like, I don't want anyone to know anything about me. And it's like, why?
I don't care.
Like, I don't have anything to, like, hide, I guess. Like, I don't feel like I'm doing anything that would, like, cause alarm. At least it hasn't yet.
No.
And so, if they want to spend their time watching me, follow us at the I Don't Think So podcast.
I don't know. Well, to me, it's like, I think you have a right to privacy, right? Like, I think we all have somewhat of a limit of, like, I want to be private. If some dude is sitting in a computer watching me and going home to his family and being like, you know what Emily did today? Scrolled on TikTok for 45 minutes straight. I told her thumb was tired 3 times. Like,
she was crying at this cat video again.
Like, okay, you know? Like, to me, that doesn't bother me.
No. Well, and that's kind of where I'm at. Like, it's not like it's getting displayed to, like, everyone I know.
Right.
So it's just, like, whatever. I don't care. I'm also just a very, like, open person about a lot of things like that. Like, I just don't care.
Maybe I should, but I just don't.
It just is what it is.
Right. So a little bit of the truth behind this conspiracy is that in 2016, government agencies sent 49,868 requests for user data to Facebook, 27,850 requests to Google, and 9,076 requests to Apple. So according to the Electronic Frontier Foundation, or EFF, a major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and oh no, too many V's in one sentence. So let me start over. A major nonprofit organization that defends civil liberties in the digital world and advises the public on matters of internet privacy. You've probably also heard that your computer camera could be used to spy on you. And it's not really all that likely that it's occurring, but things do get hacked.
Yeah.
Like, you've heard of, like, baby monitors and stuff getting hacked, which that to me is way more
Well, I
scary.
think that, especially with, like, Ring, and you've heard of that, of people breaking into that. Like, I think that's more scary. But I also feel like the risk is worth the reward of, like, them being able to monitor people that they see a threat.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I'd rather you know that, like, that person was going to bomb an airport.
Yeah.
A week before they do it versus, like, you have the right to privacy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at with that.
You're fine. Anywhoosies, next one. So the conspiracy circles around an incident that they consider to be a fake battle for the real war.
Say that again.
Fake.
The theory surrounds an incident of a fake battle for a real war.
Mm-hmm. Any guesses?
Oh, I'm supposed to guess what it is?
Yeah. Moving on anyway.
I don't know.
That's okay. So the conspiracy is that the Gulf of Tonkin incident that occurred on August 2nd, 1964 was faked to provoke American support for the Vietnam War.
Oh, I was not
following.
That's
That's all right. Yeah,
No.
we'll get there.
Okay, but I never would have guessed that anyway.
No, I'm not a big history buff. So.
I've never heard of the Gulf of Tonkin.
But basically, it was so the truth behind it. So by the time news reached American ears, the facts surrounding the North Vietnamese attack on the American naval ship Maddox were already fuzzy. Again, 64. What
Sure.
you gonna do? So declassified intelligence documents have since revealed that the Maddox had provided support for South Vietnamese attacks on a nearby island, and that the North Vietnamese were responding in kind. According to the U.S. Naval Institute, the event, quote, opened the floodgates for direct American military involvement in Vietnam. So basically,
They flubbed it to try to join in the war.
we started it, and they responded, and we basically made it seem like
It was their fault.
they attacked us for no reason. Why would you do that?
Are we surprised?
No. Not in the slightest.
No.
So, I have one more for you.
Perfect.
Have you ever heard the term gaydar?
Yes.
I thought I'd end on a little bit more of like a lighthearted, silly one. So, the conspiracy, believe it or not, is that the Canadian government was so paranoid about
I feel like I've heard this.
homosexuality
That they tried to make a gaydar,
that
right?
they developed a gaydar machine.
Oh my god, that's so funny.
I'm telling you. This is the time of those, like, if you're over here like, I deserve privacy from this government agency, and you're like, we need to know who
If
these
you're-
gay people are
Yeah,
before they tell me.
that's the issue.
You don't give a shit about privacy.
No.
Just want you to know that first and foremost. Get fucked. But it's real. So it really happened in the 1960s. The government hired a university professor to develop a way to detect homosexuality in federal employees. He came up with a machine that measured pupil dilation in response to same-sex erotic imagery. The Canadian government used it to exclude or fire more than 400 men from civil service, the military, and the Mounties. The American government is just as guilty because they
asked to borrow it.
also basically have done similar operations. But yeah, so they put basically like gay porn in front of people, and if your pupils responded, you got fired.
That's just insane. Like, obviously, I feel like we live in a time now where people are very much like, if you are discriminating against someone because they're gay, you're a piece of shit. But I just think it's crazy that, like, some of these things happened. Yeah. And also, like, first of all, you're outing people that might not even know.
No!
Second of all, they might not be, and you're just like, wow.
That's... Or you're like, listen, you're telling me if I'm going into work and they sit me down in a cubicle and start showing me pictures of
porn,
any porn, I am going to have a visceral
reaction. I know.
Because I'm uncomfortable.
Oh, for sure.
That I'm in public.
At work,
being coerced to look at porn. No. And then I know my job is on the line if I have any reaction.
That's crazy to me.
You suck. Canada.
Well, so does US.
Listen, it's not just you, but like,
don't do that to people.
I know. And then the fact that like 400 people got fired
is crazy.
Is insane. Can you imagine being that professor? Like, the government of Canada comes up to you and is like, we want to know if people are gay before maybe even they know that they're gay.
It's just crazy to me because I just can't even imagine.
No. I'm telling you, if I ever roll up into work and they put me in a room, I'm going to be like, I want my lawyer.
For sure.
Give me Give me my lawyer. So that's kind of the little bit of the fun one today of just some different conspiracy theories that I've seen and looked up that have all actually turned out to have at least some truth in them, if not kind of complete truth.
Well, that sounds good. Honestly, it's a kind of fun way. I was thinking about it, counting. We only have 4 episodes, including this one, left of our first season.
Oh my gosh.
And what a way to kick it off.
Oh, the countdown. Ick.
I know. We've almost been doing this for a whole year.
But thanks for sticking with us if you've been here from the jump. And if you haven't, I'm glad you're here now.
Mm-hmm.
But that'll wrap up that first section for us, and we are going to move on to our absolutely nots. Hannah, do you want to go first, or should I go first?
You go first.
You want me to go first?
Yeah.
Game. So typically we do, or not typically, we've been kind of on this trek recently of Am I the Asshole?
Mm-hmm.
And this is very niche on that, but a lot of where I get my Am I the Assholes is from Reddit, but also my TikTok feed
is full of them.
It's full of Am I the Assholes of people having like the kind of like Siri or animatronic voice reading the story while in the background they're playing like Subway Surfer.
Oh my god.
Or they're doing like Minecraft and they're
Sure.
like jumping from block to block to block. So that's typically, and then I'm like listening to these stories back to back to back. I need help. Anyways, my absolutely not, and it's so stupid, is like the Subway Surfer. Like the clip will not be long enough for this video, so they repeat it.
Oh, that sucks.
And so then I'm like actively watching someone else play Subway Surfer because I'm like, ooh, jump, slide, duck. And then they repeat it. And I think like the whole video's slowed down. And it's so stupid. It's such a stupid pet peeve. But I'm like, if you've gone through all this time, energy, effort to put like a video in the background, put subtitles on the screen, play this game, put it all together, why would you not have the video be long enough? That's stupid. Or then they die and I get really upset too. Like, you suck.
It's like filling your ADHD needs.
Oh.
Like you can't just sit and listen to it.
Absolutely not. How dare you ask me to do that?
Oh, that's funny.
That is one of my stupid absolutely nuts that I was like, again, I was on TikTok just like scrolling through and I'm like 4 videos in a row.
Mm-hmm.
They like cut it mid-jump and started back at the beginning of the video as they're still talking about like the Am I the Asshole story. And I'm like, I refuse to listen to the rest of this story. I don't care how curious I am. I'm scrolling away.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That's funny. I'll do a stupid one too, since you did a stupid one.
I'm glad.
My thing now, so okay, you're not a big Twitter person.
No.
But they're switching Twitter to like X or something. I don't really know. I don't follow it too much. Elon's on his whole little wackadoodle face. But then
like it's not getting called Twitter anymore?
I don't think so. They're like changed it just to an X.
So
that I think is dumb. But they also switched it so like you can only see so many tweets from people sometimes now.
Huh?
Like they'll put you like they won't let you see certain like how do I describe it? So like if you only follow so many people, they'll like give you suggested tweets about certain like categories and stuff too. So for example, like I really like the band 5 Seconds of Summer. So like they would used to like suggest tweets around 5 Seconds of Summer of like tour videos or like whatever. But now it's like you have to go search for things because they'll only show you like so many tweets in a certain category.
That's stupid. How do I know what to search?
Right. First of all, so that is like a social media pet peeve of mine. Which, okay, this is where I'm problematic. Because I like the randomness of Twitter of like, I'll like, don't mind seeing a random person's tweet on there, or Threads is fine. But like on Instagram, I don't like how they give me like random posts. It's like I don't follow this person. I don't want to see their stuff.
Well, not only that, but I'm always like, then I go through my checklist of like, did I accidentally follow someone when I was like watching reels or something?
Yeah.
And then I go and I'm like, well, no, I'm not following them. They just assume
that I like them.
Or I've watched content somewhat similar to them.
I feel like everything should be set up like TikTok, where it's like the people you follow or like your friends.
Your For You page.
And then a For You page. So it's like, these are ones suggested to you that's a mixture of like who you follow and things we think you'll like. And then this is like only the people we know you follow. So you can like differentiate.
I tell you, I think TikTok's figured it out. Except for, I'm pretty sure they are ruining my attention span.
Oh, for sure. And apparently they're like trying to monitor your heart rate through like your screen or something. It's getting a little much.
That's too much. I'm sorry. No.
But also, I'll give it to you if you keep giving me what I want. So,
I don't know. Also, what if I'm just walking?
I know. That's why I just feel like I'm worried they're going to be like, this bitch
loves this video.
We know that you're not saving these exercise videos to do because your resting heart rate is not.
Your resting heart rate's like in the mid-70s.
Oh, God. Yeah, so.
Well, very fun. Well, that'll wrap us up for this week's episode.
Mm-hmm.
Like we said, go ahead and if you like what you hear, follow us on Twitter and Threads and Instagram at IDon'tThinkSo_EH. We'd love to see you over there. We will be posting pictures of our sweet kitty cats coming up this week. So
definitely check them out.
Look out for them. You get to see Mittens and Milo being in their natural element of super duper cute, except for Milo still attacks my ankles like it's going out of fashion, but he is orange and therefore he's allowed.
He only has one brain cell, so what are you gonna do?
It's fight, flight, or food. Those are his like 3 moods. So
Mittens is nap, treats, nap.
What you can do?
Unless there's like the mouse with the catnip in it, then we get a little scurry.
We get a little crazy. But oh goodness, here we are tangenting about our cats. But we will see you all next week.
Bye.